The billionaire had just pushed his chair back to stand when the young waitress, without even turning her head, calmly said 6 chilling words. "If you stand up, you die first." The luxurious restaurant fell into stunned silence. Every guest froze. The billionaire's body stopped halfway out of his chair. He had never met the waitress before. She wasn't looking at him. She wasn't panicking. Yet something in her steady voice convinced him to remain perfectly still. 5 seconds later, a deafening crash shattered the front windows as 2 armed robbers stormed inside. One immediately pointed his weapon toward the dining room, exactly where the billionaire had been about to stand. The waitress had somehow seen the danger before anyone else. If you believe courage, kindness, and second chances can change lives, please like this video, leave a meaningful comment, share it with someone who needs encouragement today, and subscribe to our channel for more emotional stories that remind us what truly matters. 49-year-old billionaire Nathaniel Brooks had built one of the country's largest cybersecurity companies. Although famous for his business success, he preferred eating lunch alone whenever his schedule allowed. Away from boardrooms and reporters, he enjoyed being treated like an ordinary customer. That warm afternoon, Nathaniel visited a quiet family-owned restaurant on the edge of the city. Serving the lunch crowd was 28-year-old waitress Olivia Carter. Most customers knew her as polite and cheerful. Very few knew that before financial hardship forced her to leave university, Olivia had completed emergency response training and volunteered with community disaster preparedness programs. One lesson had stayed with her forever. In dangerous situations, noticing tiny details a few seconds earlier can save countless lives. As Olivia carried drinks toward the dining room, she glanced through the restaurant's large front window. Parked across the street was a dark delivery van. It had been sitting there far longer than normal. 2 men inside repeatedly looked toward the entrance instead of unloading packages. Then she noticed something even stranger. One man pulled a dark mask over his face while reaching toward a bag on the passenger seat. At the exact same moment, Nathaniel stood up to answer a phone call. From the robber's angle outside, he would become the tallest and most visible person in the restaurant. Without stopping to explain, Olivia quietly said, "If you stand up, you die first." Nathaniel immediately sat back down. He trusted the certainty in her voice. 3 seconds later, the robbers burst through the entrance shouting for everyone to stay where they were. Because every customer was already seated and calm, the criminals found a room without panic or sudden movement. Olivia gently signaled nearby families to remain still. Another employee quietly activated the restaurant's silent emergency alarm beneath the service counter. The robbers demanded money from the register while remaining unaware that police had already been notified. Within minutes, officers surrounded the building. After a brief negotiation, both suspects surrendered peacefully. No shots were fired. No customers were injured. Investigators later reviewed nearby surveillance cameras. The footage confirmed Olivia had noticed the suspicious vehicle and the masked men several moments before they entered the restaurant. Her warning had prevented Nathaniel from becoming the first visible target when the robbers burst through the doors. Outside, reporters gathered around Nathaniel expecting dramatic statements. Instead, he pointed toward Olivia. He told everyone that the true hero of the afternoon wasn't a billionaire. It was a waitress who stayed calm while everyone else remained unaware of the danger. Later, Nathaniel asked Olivia how she had reacted so quickly. She explained the emergency response training she completed years earlier and admitted she almost doubted herself. But something inside told her she couldn't stay silent. Nathaniel smiled. He replied that courage often begins the moment ordinary people choose to act despite uncertainty. As they continued talking, Nathaniel learned Olivia had always dreamed of becoming an emergency management specialist but abandoned university after her father became seriously ill and medical bills forced her into full-time work. Determined to help without taking away her dignity, Nathaniel offered to fund a scholarship through his foundation. Olivia accepted only after insisting she earn every qualification herself. She completed her degree with distinction. Years later, she helped develop emergency preparedness programs for restaurants, hotels, shopping centers, and schools across the country. Thousands of employees learned how to recognize warning signs, communicate calmly, and protect customers during emergencies. Nathaniel often invited Olivia to speak at leadership conferences. He reminded executives that life-changing decisions are not always made by people sitting in the biggest offices. Sometimes they come from someone carrying a serving tray who simply refuses to ignore what others fail to notice. Before this story comes to an end, we'd love to hear from you. Do you believe paying attention to small details can save lives? Please leave a meaningful comment below because your experience may encourage someone else to trust their instincts when something doesn't feel right. As another warm afternoon sunlight filled the same restaurant years later, families enjoyed peaceful meals while staff confidently practiced the safety procedures Olivia had helped create. Nathaniel quietly smiled from his favorite table, knowing that the greatest investment he had ever made wasn't in technology or business. It was believing in one courageous waitress whose calm voice had changed countless lives long after one unforgettable afternoon. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, leave a meaningful comment, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another emotional journey. Remember, true heroes are often the ordinary people who notice danger before anyone else and choose courage over silence.